Welcome to the Daniel Stee Podcast. Could satellites in space with lasers be the next frontier in weather modification to help us with this global climate change issue? Or could they also be a new form of warfare? In this episode, I dive into the idea of using space-based lasers to influence weather patterns and warfare. Please remember, I try to stay focused on solutions and not complain about problems. Following might seem as if I'm getting into the weeds. Some of this seems crazy to me. Trust me, it seems really far out there. In the previous episode, I dove into finding alternative solutions to climate change, those not having to do with reducing or capturing CO2, rather solving the real problems: hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, lack of rain, lack of snow, too much rain. And in my explorations, I came across cloud seeding and other advanced methods to modify the weather. Today, one of those I'm going to talk about was the use of lasers to change the weather. As a thinker, I'm a big picture guy. If you want to know exactly how a laser or magnetic field might be used to modify the weather, search the U.S. Patent Office using the suggestions I give in the show notes. Read the abstracts, the really interesting articles people have to submit to the patent office when they submit a patent. You can't just submit a drawing. You really have to explain the background behind it, not just how it works, but the problem you're trying to solve. It's fascinating to read how laser technology works to modify the weather. And it basically depends, what do you want to do with the laser? Because there are lasers. So the following are a few applications. Lasers can ionize air molecules, creating condensation that encourages cloud formation and rain. Next is ultra-short laser pulses. This is actually what they use now to clean stuff. It's kind of like mold remediation. You can get a laser, short laser pulses. You can control how much heat and what you want to do with it and where you want it to go. Can generate plasma in the atmosphere, which induce raindrop formation. Another is lasers can create plasma pathways that guide lightning strikes in a controlled manner, reducing the risk of wildfires. The European Laser Lightning Rod, LLR project, actually uses high-powered lasers to influence lightning behavior. Next is lasers can be used to break apart and modify atmospheric aerosols, affecting their ability to reflect or absorb solar radiation. So this is one that could definitely just help with flat out the temperature. In theory, lasers can disrupt the formation of hurricanes or storms by targeting the heat differentials that fuel them. Conversely, they might be used to strengthen storms as a form of weather warfare. In warfare, weather modification has been banned by the United Nations under the Environmental Modification Convention. So let's put the pieces together. I previously had a guest on my show, Steve Favis, to talk about lasers in space. Favis is an expert in lasers and space-based directed energy weapons. How we track the satellites and how you can are in the show notes. Putting skepticism aside for a moment, it's easy to verify there are satellites in space and lasers on them. It's easy to track satellites, who knew, of any kind, payload, and national origin online, and it's easy to verify the United States has a space force. They're trying to promote the space force and make people aware that it has nothing to do with the UFOs and aliens. So the thought I have today is, if it were possible to manipulate weather using lasers, then we could have weather warfare going on. This climate change activity we think is Mother Nature could actually be another nation that's wreaking havoc on us. When Steve told me he suspected, quote, Space Force was on it, I thought that was getting a bit out there. But now I'm starting to understand the picture. So let's try and dissect and discredit this idea. It's a crazy idea. How can we disprove it? The only missing link is, could lasers be used to manipulate the weather? Because if they can, then we know they're on satellites. Steve did the math. They're powerful enough. A rocket big enough by a nation such as the United States or China has the payload capability to put it in space, the payload, the batteries, the solar power. The question is, can lasers be used to manipulate weather? Try and answer that one for me. Then it's possible the hurricanes and the floods and the fires we see, they might not be from global warming. They could be from an enemy we're at war with. And if so, I wonder, are we fighting back? In 2008, the Chinese Olympics come to mind. Beijing promised good weather by using cloud seeding, and Chinese scientists said they were confident they could keep rain away from the opening ceremonies and summon a storm on cue to clear the city's smog. Didn't happen. Perhaps we spoiled it for them. National security does come to mind. In the beginning, you want to keep some things private and secret. Then at some point, someone just forgets to tell the public, hey, we got this. Fighter jets, originally, the F-16s and such, and the stealth undetectable by radar, the special aircraft, the bombers, and the spy planes, they used to be top secret. Then suddenly, one day, you can open a Jane's book on aircraft, and there's pictures and explanations of every function of the aircraft and what it can do. If we have weather manipulation going on, then the national weather forecast, looking at the national weather forecast, it's like reading the Wall Street Journal to see what stock prices are doing. You can only predict so accurately into the future because there's insider trading and backdoor deals going on that you don't know about, and maybe that's the same thing happening with the weather. So to close, put your thoughts in the comments, keep it positive and relevant to ideas on how lasers might be used to modify the weather. And if you enjoyed this conversation, please like and subscribe to my podcast. Thanks for listening. Till next time, I'm Daniel Stee.